Lesson 9, one page. The top of the page is a review on points, lines, line segments, and rays. To review, let's say a point is this. A line goes in both directions forever. It's straight line. Goes in both directions forever and ever. A line segment is just a piece of a line, so it ends. It has two end points. It's just a piece of a line. So we put the end points on the straight line segment. And as a review, a ray is like a ray of sunshine. Here's the sun. It's the end point. And then the rays shoot off in all directions. So yes, an end point and the ray goes in one direction forever and ever and ever. Another interpretation I've heard before, lines, line segments, and rays. God is the line because he has no beginning and no end. He always was and he always will be. We are line segments, people, because we begin and we end. Yes, we will end. Unless we accept the grace that God has given us through Jesus, his son, and we begin, we are born, and then we die. Or if we accept that grace, we begin, we're born, and we get to live forever with the one who lives forever. Anyways, someone shared that with me. I thought I'd share that with you. Good review. And then next, here's an example in geometry. What they're going to ask you to do is they'll give you a line with points on it. This is a line, goes on forever. The points are on it. And they want you to be able to describe different sections of a line. So this P stands for points. Can you name the points for me? Yes, point A, point B, and point N. I mean, you just say point A, point B, point N. That's how you name them. If I was going to name the lines, this entire line, I would need to include, I can include any combination of these letters and it would describe this line because the line goes on forever and ever. So I could say this is line AN and then forever, because if it's a line, it's AN, and you put a line above it to describe. This is line AN. We could do line AB. We could do line BN, because it's still going to go on forever in both directions, because it's a line BN. And I wonder if there's any other combinations we could do going this way. AB, AN, BN. Now you know you can reverse those in A, BA, and NB, and they'd still be okay. They all mean the same thing. Alright, next, line segments. How do you describe a line segment? You pick the 2 points you want. If I want this line segment, I say line segment AB. I tell them it's a line segment because I just put a segment above it. No arrows. Then I could describe this line segment, BN. Boom. I could describe this entire segment from here to here, AN. Boom. Yeah, line segment AN. And as you know, if I say line segment BA, it's the same thing as and BN or NB. So they're the same things. You can reverse those. They mean the same thing. And how do you describe a ray? Pretty much the same way. Here. First, you tell where is the beginning point. If I can't just say ray A, because I need a little more description than that. Now, if I want to start here at B, and the ray passes through A and goes this direction, you tell what direction. A ray has direction. So you need to be a little more specific. You start with your end point. If I want to describe this ray right here, then I start with B, and it goes through point A in that direction, and you put a little ray above it. Sorry, I colored mine in. So if I wanted to describe this direction, I would need to include B as my end point. It goes through point N, and it goes in that direction or whatever. I'm not really sure if there's any other way to describe those. You need to include an end point. Cool. I think, yeah, that's all the review on that. Let's move on to A angle, an acute angle, obtuse angle, a straight angle. Let's review. A right angle equals exactly 90 degrees. Degrees come from the circle, slicing a circle into 360 equal parts. Each one of those tick marks is a degree. That's where they come from. Anyways, an acute angle is, how do we describe that? Remember this little symbol like this? An acute angle is always less than 90 degrees. That says greater than 90 degrees, Miss Kaiser. Try again. Take 2. Acute angles are less than. Yes, because what goes in the blank here is less than 90 degrees. 90 is greater than whatever's in the blank there. Yeah, I think I did that right. That means an obtuse is greater than 90 degrees. So like what goes in the blank, here's 90 degrees. And it is greater than 90 degrees. Whatever goes in the blank here, it's greater than 90, but it's less than, anybody know? Yeah, 180. Because what is a straight line? 180 degrees. Cool. A straight line is exactly equal to 180 degrees. Tick marks all the way across half a circle straight line. Good review. Oh, one more thing. Let's draw one. A right angle? Yeah. 2 rays shooting, making one of these little 90 degrees. It looks like that. Acute has to be less than that. The 2 rays have to be somewhere in between here. So anything less than 90 degrees, that's an arrow. Here's my angle right there. Here's my end point. My 2 rays form an angle, by the way. Angle is formed by 2 rays. Obtuse. So if here's my ray, and here's one of my endpoints, here's my ray. Obtuse, here's 90. It has to go bigger than 90. So it must go a little bit this way. This one would be obtuse. This would be obtuse. But if you go all the way over here, you're straight line. So anywhere in here, so an example could be from here to here. This entire space from here to here is your angle. Inside is what we measure in between the 2 rays. And then a straight angle as we just described. Here's an endpoint if you want. That's not very straight. You try to be better than that. And last thing I'd like to review is perimeter. Perimeter is the total distance around a polygon. Keyword being total. Don't miss a side. Polygons have all straight sides. Total up the sides, add up the sides to find perimeter. So we need an example. Have fun drawing this. All right, so we're going to put 2 dots, 3 dots here. In between each dot is a line segment. Now look, my line segments are going to be like the length of my line. So I've got 2 line segments here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. And so kind of try to make them about the same. Mine's a little too spread out, but that's okay. And then we're going to put some dots here, draw 4, and let's go across. Make sure they're all about the same distance apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. And then we're going to go back up only 3. And I'm just kind of sketching this out so that you guys can help me figure out the perimeter of this guy. And I wanted you to see my art skills. Aren't they awesome? Yeah, right. All right, so we're about to find the perimeter of this in class. The main thing is each one of these line segments is 1. So you have to find a place to start, the beginning point, and you go all the way around the total distance around till you get back to the starting point and you'll find perimeter. Let's do this.